going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, of course, Minnesota Vikings yesterday, much to the chagrin of all the haters and the losers, down the Washington Commanders 31 donut, which feels good, man. So, I understand that everyone's like, oh, it's the Commanders, blah, 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 blah. You play who you play. 32 teams in this league. There is no cakewalk. And as we've seen any given Sunday. And also, Vikings predictions had everyone at ESPN lost. Let's see, Fowler, Graziano, Mike Clay, Theory, our guy Jordan Reed. Jordan, come on, man. Wickersham, L's. L, no problem. But I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I know that we got some flack in the comments of saying, oh, how are the Vikings going to score that many points? So they look really bad the last couple weeks. Fully get it. Fully understand. But I guess I gave the commies too much credit. Yeah. And the Vikings, I understand. This season is frustrating because you're like, why can't you play like that all season long? You know, the defense was obviously on point. Giving up a goose egg, 0, D'Angelo Russell. And the offense since the Lions game has just been bad. All right, so you had 19-point performances back-to-back at home against the Ravens and the Bears. It's just not good enough. 17, against the Bears. And 6 total points in the last 2 games. 6 quarters without a touchdown. I get it. I get it. But there's been so many injuries, so much lack of continuity, and it was a messed up season. Still is, but still a lot of things to play for, man. Because good vibes and learning how to win, and also McCarthy proving that he could indeed be him. I mean, that all has value, man. Also valuable is the annual December drive. All Venmos, Cash App, Super Chats, and the live streams in December will go towards Toys-for-Tots and Salvation Army Twin Cities. $3K goal for the month. Currently at $400. You guys crushed it in the live stream yesterday. Donation links in video description below. Also, you can donate directly to Toys-for-Tots and Salvation Army. If you do that, email producer Allie to be included in the total. Also, personalized holiday videos, hit them up. You can pause if you want all the details. Again, email producerally@gmail.com. Guaranteed 48-hour delivery because I have so much free time. We'll do it. Also, J.J. McCarthy, of course, is the story of yesterday. Jonathan James, 16 of 23, 69% completion percentage. Nice. $163, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Very important. 0 interceptions after having multiple games with 2. At least 129.1 quarterback rating, which is good as well. And it really was one of those games where the Vikings, a bit of a watershed moment, because you wanted to have faith with McCarthy. You wanted him to look good. You're back at home. McCarthy had not won a home game yet. Hell, McCarthy hadn't looked good in a home game up until that point, outside of the Bears' last second drive. The Commanders, I mean, is what is. Defensively, they're sort of a mess, right? But also, here's my response. The Vikings could have looked bad. JJ could look bad against a bad defense, but he didn't. Did what you're supposed to. Vikings comms. JJ McCarthy is the first Vikings quarterback age 22 or younger since Tommy Kramer, 1977, out of Rice University. Week 12 versus San Francisco to throw for 3 passing touchdowns in a single game. Tommy Kramer, let's go, JJ. Of course, 9, supporting 9. Also, I'm kind of glad that McCarthy sort of eased off the whole 9 thing. He was good in his post-game comments. Yeah. And McCarthy this season, so not quite out of the woods in terms of trying to get ahead of things with the touchdown-interception ratio, but the 129.2 quarterback rating game certainly helps things out. Also, it is noteworthy that he has been completing over 60% of his passes last 2 games. So we'll take that. Yeah. But overall, McCarthy, is he up and down? Yes. I think that he has shown enough flashes over the last couple weeks to have him walk into 2026 as the incumbent starter. But also, the Vikings should and could bring in some veteran competition. Now, my whole Mariota crush maybe took a little bit of a hit yesterday. Mariota had a couple of turnovers, but is what it is. But McCarthy, you can see what he can do when he's just calm, right? And the whole O'Connell simplifying the offense, was that part of it? Sure. but he just looked a lot more confident out there. Bounced around on the balls of his feet, hitting the top of his drop, delivering strikes, not throwing fastballs, took a little something off of the throws, finding different receivers, not locking on, going through his reads, and putting points on the board. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Unfortunately, basically everyone got theirs except for Justin Jefferson. Now, Jefferson said that he's not bothered by another quiet game as long as we win. And here's the thing. He's probably the only wide receiver in the league that I believe when they say things like that. And this season, we're going to try our damnedest to get Jefferson over 1,000 yards, which would be good. But statistics-wise, it's not all about stats for him, right? Because it's about winning. And yes, him getting the ball begets winning. But also, as you saw on a bunch of those big-time plays against the Commies, they were doubling, they were bracketing him, and it was freeing everyone else up. It's like the Commies were playing, they're playing 9 on 10 if you take 2 defenders away with Jefferson. That's gravity that he has, man. Also, Al Close, the Athletic, Vikings are 34-4 since Kevin O'Connell arrived when they break even or win the turnover margin, which, turnovers, it's extremely important. Plus, the Vikings have only won the turnover battle twice. I'll let you guess which games. So, yes, the Commies and the Bengals game. Every other game, the Vikings have lost or tied in terms of turnovers. So, something that's extremely important. Also, a fun stat that just explains the randomness of this season. ESPN or NFL on ESPN, the Vikings are the first team to win by a shutout after getting shut out in the previous game since 1992. Vikings 26-0 against Seahawks. Again, I don't blame Brosmer. They did him dirty in this graphic, man. And then looking like an out-of-work magician. And then the Vikings 31 donut against the Commies. Just in a nutshell, that's how the season has gone. Also, Harrison Smith had his 38th career interception. And, by his comments, by the tone, it does seem like this is it. This is his last season. But, got PBU, 4 tackles involved in there. And after the game, Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Gershman, just getting a chance to play in the NFL is fun, so make it fun. Today's win got to Harrison Smith in a way few do, at least in terms of what's observable from the outside. A lot of emotion here. Yeah, and Harrison's never been one who wears his emotions on his sleeve, but yeah, just watching his post-game comments, it did seem like he's resigned that, hey, this is it. Last 4 games of my career, got an outside, minuscule chance of making the playoffs, but let's make this thing fun. Let's go down swinging, man. Draft order right now, Vikings are currently sitting at the number 11 pick, so didn't make any hay, win, lose, or draw. And I know some people are complaining, like, well, just lose some games now. The Vikings are the team, and the coaches are never going to lose games on purpose, so you draft where you draft, right? And also, the people who want to tank to lose games and get better draft position want Kwesi gone anyway. But who knows about Kwesi? Well, Shooter, Charlie Walters thinks he knows. The Giants leapfrog the Tennessee Titans because the Titans beat the Browns in a bit of a toilet bowl. But the Titans go from 1 to 3, and the Giants are now currently sitting at number 1 in a 3-way deadlock with the Raiders, everyone at 2-11. Giants on the bye, but since their strength of schedule is easiest, they get the nod at 2-11. So I don't know. The Giants get the number 1 pick. Jackson Dart looks good. You have Malik Neighbors. You got Scadaboo coming back from the injury. You could trade that number 1 pick for a mint. You got some nice pieces. Probably going to be a destination job for a head coach. Probably Flores. Hopefully not. Hopefully he stays here a long time. Yeah. Also, your prayers up, Daniel Jones. Something's terrible to see, man, because Daniel Jones popped his right Achilles. This was when he was playing with that broken fibula on his left leg. So, I don't know. Just seems like there's way more Achilles injuries the last couple years in there. Because I remember, growing up, who had, Dan Marino and Vinny Testaverde had Achilles injuries, right? But it just seems like whether it's Kirk Cousins, whether it's Rodgers, whether it's, a lot of people have had the Achilles injury where it's just, you just know right away. But, yeah, it's a long timetable for recovery, but hopefully Daniel Jones gets after it. Gets back for the start of the 2026 season. He is youngish, and hopefully he'll be able to recover. And the Colts have Riley Leonard now, and also Brett Rippenass is on the practice squad. So Anthony Richardson's still on IR with that weird eye injury. So the Colts started out 7-1. They may not make the playoffs. So it's rough. Yeah. Also rough, of course, Zach Ertz. Prayers up for him. And I know people are calling Carry On My Jayward Sons hit dirty. It certainly wasn't even in the galaxy of Dirty Kirby Joseph, but it's beside the point, right? And Ertz, Ertz been a long-time veteran and been a highly respected professional. He's been a stud, so hopefully heals up fast and just go from there. Yeah. Speaking of go from there, the Vikings taking on the don't have a nickname for Dallas Cowboys yet. I'll have to come up with one. Also, I'm not going to lie. I understand that a lot of older Vikings fans hate the Cowboys because of the push-off, but that was 1975. I wasn't even born then. I had like a decade to go. And I know Herschel Walker trade, yada, yada. But, so I listened to Jimmy Johnson's book, listened to the Cowboys books. There's a couple of them. One by Jeff Pearlman, one by Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is actually... Here's the thing, like Skip Bayless, terrible in the media, is actually a good writer. And also, watch the Cowboys Netflix documentary. It's actually pretty good. When do the Vikings get a Netflix documentary, man? Like John Elway is just coming out with one. Why can't we get one time? But yeah. Vikes fan page. Vikings open up as 6-point underdogs ahead of their matchup against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football per DK Sports. Also, TBD, if they're on Sunday night, that could get flexed out. I believe they have to let everyone know today, so we'll see. Like underdogs in the streets. Take the 6 points. Take the money line. Feeling fine with 9. Go in there. Drop the Darjeeling blend on Dallas. And that's Dallas. Right. Anyways, that's it. Beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.